Hey guys, Geeking to everyone. On this video, I'm gonna tell you about git command push. The term push refers to upload a content from local repository to remote repository. Pushing is an act of transfer commits from local repository to remote repository. Pushing is capable of overwriting changes, so you have to know about that and be careful. So let's go ahead and start practical part. So I'm gonna show everything on my Ubuntu Linux. You can check your version, type and run this command, uname -a. There is Ubuntu and I highlight the version. Okay, the Git is already installed on my operational system. You can check is Git available on your operational system, run this command, git -- version. Okay. There is a Git version 2.17.1. It's not new version, but anyway, if you have no Git on your operation system, please install it. You can check how to install Git on your Linux, Ubuntu, or Debian operational system on my another video. Please check it out. Okay, let's clear the terminal. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a local repository, remote repository, how to configure everything, and how to push a content from local repository to remote repository. Okay, first of all, I'm going to create a directory on my current working directory. I call it git repo. Here we go. There is a git repo, and there is nothing inside this. It's empty directory. If you want to initialize this directory as git local repository, you have to type git init inside this directory. So first of all, you have to move inside this directory and then run this command git init. Okay, if you press enter, you see on the output that initialize empty git repository in our repository git repo. So by this command, we initialized git repository in git repo directory. Clear the terminal. Okay, next step, I'm gonna create a remote repository. There is a GitHub account. So if you have no GitHub account, I recommend you to do a registration and create account on GitHub. It's pretty easy. So on your account, you have to go your repositories, then click on this button, new. Okay, on this page, we can create a new repository. You have to type repository name on this field, the name of repository you want to create. Okay, I'm gonna call it Geeking. I'm not gonna change anything on this page, and I click on this button, create repository. So here we go. There is a HTTPS link for my remote repository I created. So I'm gonna copy that link and open the text editor. Okay, and paste this link inside the text editor. And then I go to settings on my GitHub account and scroll it, and then developer settings, personal access tokens, tokens classic. Okay, delete this token because I already have the token. Okay, I delete it. Generate new token and generate new token classic. Okay, on this note I type token for test. On this field expiration, you can choose when this token will expire. So I'm going to choose 7 days. Okay, and I select all scopes here. Okay. And then I click on the generate token. Here we go. So on the screen you see there is our token, and you have your own one, of course, and click to copy this token, and then go back to the text editor, and then you have to paste this token after this double slash of the link. So after that here, you paste this token, and then in the end you have to type this sign add. Okay, if you type it, then you have to copy all this link. Okay, you copy that. And then we are gonna add a remote path for our remote repository using this link. Why we need to use this token? Because by this token we can get access to remote repository so simple, you know. So to add a path for my remote repository, you have to type git remote add origin. Origin is an ls name for the remote repository path. And then I passed the path of my remote repository, which included a token. Okay, let's press enter. If you want to see all remotes, you have to type git remote -v, press enter. So you see origin equals to this path. Okay, let's clear the terminal. So let's create several files on my git local repository. Touch F1, F2. I'm gonna create these files inside the git repo. Remember, git repo is my local git repository where a git track all files. Let's press enter. If you type git status, you see both files are untracked. To stage these files and track it, you have to type git add, and then to save it into git file system, type git commit -m, my first commit. Here we go. It's nothing to commit now. Okay, and there are two files, file 1, file 2. Okay, so let's use push command. So by this command, we synchronize local repository and remote repository. Let's type git push origin. Remember, origin is an alias name for remote repository path. And then we have to type a branch we want to push. It's a master branch. Actually, by default, there is only master branch. We can check it out using git branch command. If you run it, there is only master, and asterisk means it's an active branch now. So everything we create and commit on the git, it's on the master branch now, because we didn't create another branch. So one more time, git push origin master. Okay, let's press enter. Here we go. Let's check it out on the GitHub. Oh, there is a Geeking, my repository I created. We go inside. Okay, you see here it's a file F1 and file F2. That means we pushed a content successfully. Let's edit a file 1 using nano editor. Hello geeks. I just type a text content inside and save it, and I'm gonna create another file F3. Okay, you see, if you type, let's clear the terminal, git status, you see there is one file is modified, F1, where we added text content, and then I created F3 file, and there is untracked now. So firstly, you have to add all these changes inside staging area. You can do this by git add. If you type dot, you simply can gather all changes and stage all these changes together. But also you can specify all files step by step like that. Okay. Git status. Now you can commit these changes. Type git commit. Second commit. Press enter. You see some information about this commit. Let's clear the terminal. So if you want to check a log, you can type git log --1 line. By this option, you can see a log in more comfortable way, I think. Okay, so there are two commits. First one, my first commit, and there is a ID of commit, and second commit we just created now, and there is ID of this commit. Okay, let's move to the remote repository, refresh my page, and there is only two files. And if we go inside file 1, there is no content inside. So if you click on the commits here, you see there is only my first commit, D874DFC. This one. Okay, so now on my remote repository, only one commit. So in last changes I made on my local repository, there is a second commit. It's not on my remote repository. So if you want that, you have to manually push all these changes from local repository to remote repository. So we did that already when we sent an information about this commit. Doing this one more time, git push origin master. Okay, press enter. So here we go. It looks everything is okay, no errors. If you refresh the page, so there is a file f3. If you see inside the file 1, f1, there is a content hello geeks inside. If you type commits, okay, you see on the branch there is a second commit, and there is an ID of this commit, this ID. So it works like that. So thanks guys for watching this video. I hope you like it. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Ciao, ciao.